fellow book nerds, this is High on Books, and in this video we are going to talk about my July TBR. I hope I don't go on biting more than I can chew because my TBR this month contains 2 massive tomes and there are other commitments as well. So yeah, I hope I don't end up disappointing myself with the list. We'll see how I've done when the monthly wrap-up video comes up, if it ever comes up, because I keep forgetting that I have a channel to run. Anyway, let's talk about my TBR pile now. The first book on my TBR pile is The Fellowship of the Ring by J.R.R.Tolkien. This is the first book in the Lord of the Rings series, and you can call it a sequel to The Hobbit, which I've already read and fallen in love with. Anyone among you who is a fantasy nerd knows what place Lord of the Rings series holds in fantasy genre. It basically is mother of all modern fantasy books out there. I've been waiting to read Lord of the Rings series like forever, but I kept waiting because series like these demand special kind of attention, and I wanted to be in right state of mind before I dive into these books. Now I believe the time has finally come and I can begin my journey through Middle-earth again. Second book that I'm planning to read this month is The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. I am a huge fan of Green brothers, especially Hank Green, but despite being a fan of their videos, I've never read any of their books. But recently I came across this quote from The Fault in Our Stars. Sometimes you read a book and it fills you with this weird evangelical zeal, and you become convinced that the shattered world will never be put together unless and until all living humans read the book. And I was like, I need to read this book, because this quote beautifully said what I feel right after reading a beautiful story. And I truly believe that the world would have been a much better place if we all were readers. This is a very popular book, so I don't think it needs any further description. And this brings us to the third book in my TBR pile, which is Malice by John Gwynne. I hope I'm not butchering the author's name. Malice is the first book in the Faithful and the Fallen series, and it enjoys massive popularity among fantasy beefs. This book made into my TBR because last month me and my friend decided to do a read-along of this series. I do not have any idea what the story is about, and I don't usually prefer reading blurbs, especially when it's a series. It's just my thing. So at this point of time, I don't have anything to discuss about this book, but hopefully, when we reach end of July, I'll probably do a dedicated review of it. After all, this book is around 670 pages long. The fourth book in the list is The Magician's Nephew by C.S. Lewis. This is the 6th book in Chronicles of Narnia in publication order and first in chronological order. I am very hesitant to read the last 2 books in the series because the last one that I read turned out to be a bit racist and a bit problematic. I try to ignore the racist jibe because I admire C.S. Lewis a lot for his work. But it is what it is, and one cannot deny the fact that The Horse and His Boy is a racist book. Anyway, I have to complete the series, so I'll read The Magician's Nephew. But I desperately want some kind of damage control in next 2 books. And if that doesn't happen, then get ready for a rant review, and I promise I'll try to keep things civil and video. The last book on my TBR list is A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. This is the first book in the popular series A Song of Ice and Fire. I was certain of the fact that someday I'll read this series, and that belief has kept me from watching the shows. Yeah, I haven't watched the Game of Thrones, not even the trailer, so I do not have any idea what the series is about. And as I said earlier in the video, I love diving into the books with minimum to no information, because that way I can enjoy a book more. I love the element of surprise. So this is my TBR list for the month of July. Do tell me in the comment section what you people are planning to read. If you enjoyed the video, do like it and help this book nerd grow by subscribing the channel and sharing the video. I'll see you next time in my next video. Until then, my fellow book nerds, keep reading.